Asɛm Bɛba channel yi so. Na Ministerial Appointment Committee and as a vetting committee no almost at adwuma. Na enano eju finance minister elect no and as a iwa ato force no na eju no so a okọ ma ye vetting no na nsem bebre na ekọ so abra afenyoma can throw some questions at him no busa ne say no enchemu wo the 24-hour economy no ne ato force and edin no na pa na nsem wadi to dwa na say anye ato force and another explanation of the man no say ato force and say 24-hour economy ni puna ya omo aye ho campaign na ya no kwa they have no idea na say the 24-hour economy and say ato force and explanation of the man no and talk aye afenyoma can so nsem bebre na course wa bra ye finance minister ye John Dramani Mahama appointing ye to force edin chemu koma afenyoma can as a committee no na ebe kwani akwa kuti nsem a isi ye ewo ho no na before say ebe kwani subscribe ebe so subscribe my yon kwani kuti ngai amase.
So just for the ordinary Ghanaian, what is a 24-hour economy? Just for the ordinary Ghanaian to understand.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We need the explanation of 24-hour economy from you.
Mr. Chairman, simple put, a 24-hour economy is an economy where the rest sectors of the economy doesn't sleep. The rest sectors of the economy doesn't sleep. For example, we have a mining sector, don't we? We want to see where the mining sector does not sleep, as against a situation where the mining sector, for example, does 12 hours and go to bed. The benefits of light electricity, they should be able to work 24 hours. And many other sectors. You have the hydrocarbon sector. You have the entire agriculture value chain. It's not just going to farm, but after farm, the produce must go to a warehouse. And you have to obviously process it into agribusiness. And so we don't want the value chain to go to sleep. We believe that if implemented properly, we'll be able to increase the workforce. And we've said one job, just like we have now, can end up employing 3. So 24-hour economy is a structure where we'll end up implementing a 3 shift for the economy and going forward, bring out full productivity.
Thank you very much. Are you okay with the explanation of 24-hour economy?
Chairman, stay out of this matter. Honorable nominee, are you suggesting therefore that the structure of our economy as it stands now has no such input as 24-hour economy already subsisting?
There's some semblance of 24.
Please go ahead with the answer.
Mr. Chairman, I think if you talk about the rest sector, no. You see, the rest sector are the core sectors of the economy that drives inclusive proper growth and create jobs. You have health, where hospitals operate 24 hours. You have the police, some police stations, work 24 hours and all, some restaurants and all. But that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the real sector, where jobs are created. For example, we have Takoradi Port, my birthplace, where I grew up, secondly Takoradi Port. And you have mines, where you used to work, the Awaso area. Going all the way to Yinayini. With a proper railway line, you can get the Yinayini mines to produce bauxite within the same 24 hours. As what has been produced, you can haul it to Takoradi Port and ship them or process it. The whole process is what we are talking about, 24-hour economy. So it's the rail sector that we're talking about. Investment in the rail sector. Deliberate government policy targeting the rail sector, where you can use the 24-hour economic policy to drive growth. That's what we're talking about, not chop bars. We're not talking of chop bars, we're not talking of pharmacy shop. That's not what we're talking about, real sector growth.
So are you therefore saying that you've done some costing, and having done some costing, you have an approach in terms of this model? Because from your answer, you are suggesting that you are going to target certain sectors. And if you are targeting these sectors and you really want to fuel economic growth, it means that you need to inject some funding. So let us know what funding arrangement you have in place to back this policy.
Mr. Chairman, I don't want to jump the gun. I said earlier that the capable of answering the question. I said earlier that the Office of the Special Advisor to the President, responsible for 24-hour economy, is doing some work. I know they're almost done, and because the work started 2 years ago when we also were in opposition, today he's in office. He will need to tweak it and present same to Parliament. Obviously, what will be presented to Parliament will come from either the Ministry of Finance together with the Ministry of Trade. So let's wait for that. The President has appointed someone responsible for 24-hour economy. Let's wait for the person to provide us a proper blueprint, then we'll talk about it.
On any matter, it's just a comment, not for you, but for the many young politicians who have just arrived. On the day of the inauguration, seated by you, you made a bench, and today it's your turn to serve your country. You urged upon me that we should do all we can to make Ghana proud. I want those who have just joined public service in the political class to take inspiration from this. Patience and industry is a rule which above your weight, else you get crushed. Having said this, I shall proceed with some few earlier submission. Therefore, I will champion. We have some free SHS, feeding, free. Would you sustain the free SHS program in its current form and shape, and even improve upon the quality? Thank you.
Thank you very much, nominee.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Mr. Chairman, entered this chamber together. Unfortunately, in his first attempt, he couldn't make it, and I made it. Than him. Mr. Chairman, I'm his senior. Private sector business, even before we all entered here, and we've known ourselves growing up. Everyone knows the relationship between us. But working with him didn't stop me from doing my work, and it didn't stop him from also doing his within country. And we have to do it with the best of intention to help our country grow. We did just that. We've had a moment. We fought. We united ourselves. Today, let me and be good. Be good.
That's a good one.
Be good. Yes. We do not intend to cancel the free SHS. In fact, President Mahama has said that the free SHS has come to stay. I don't think you need any further assurance. The President of the Republic of Ghana has made this statement. Who am I? As a minister that he has appointed. So you have the assurance from the highest level of government to preserve the policy. I don't think I have what it takes to give you additional assurance. It's done. And he will be coming to this house as part of his State of the Nation address. I'm sure he will re-echo that position. I'm only a servant. My responsibility, if approved, will be to allocate resources to his priorities or to the priorities of the government. Free SHS has come to stay. His pronouncement in the last few years.
Thank you very much. Any further question?
Yeah. As the holder of the purse, whether the school feeding program will be sustained.
Thank you very much. School feeding program.
Mr. Chairman, my concern is that the amount you give today, patch well. In fact, that's what it is. But we'll make it better. Be designed in such a way that, remember, the school feeding is not in Achimota. It's not in Achimota school. It's somewhere in the village. And for them, this...
For clarity and for the records, the caterers out there listening to you should take it that the current amount being paid to them is going to increase once you take over. With that assurance, what percentage should they expect? 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%? Because you say that the amount being paid is woefully inadequate. You didn't just say inadequate, you say woefully. The percentage you are going to increase their costs.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you very much. But before you provide your answer,
the minority leader is putting words in my mouth.
yes, but before you provide your answer, can you state how much is it now?
We are going to increase. I never done it. And made reference to the amount we pay and said it's not enough. Because I've heard the caterers complain. So, Chairman, this is a house of records. Whatever we say here goes into the Hansard. I never said that. And Mr. Chairman,
Thank you very much.
you don't just increase. You need to engage the sector. And so it will be difficult for me to sit here and just announce. I don't work like that, arbitrary. What is the basis of just announcing 20%? I don't work like that. I'm a careful person. So I cannot announce things that I don't know.
That the caterers have been complaining. That is a fact that is coming from him. 2, he says that they are not being paid enough, considering even the cost of an egg. He referred to that. And he is going to improve upon it. It is not enough. Even the cost of an egg and looking at how much they are being paid. So give us a percentage, that's fine. I won't push. But I want you to be on record that upon assumption of office, the caterer should expect an increase in the amount being paid as compared to the current payment they are receiving.
So answer. The indication is clear that the amount is woefully inadequate and it will be improved. The answer is already
Mr. Chairman, just to also add that we have to first pay the caterers, because I know not long ago, last week, they were picketing and demanding their payment. And so the first attention is to make sure you pay them, the caterers, because some of them had to borrow before they engage in such a business. So let's pay them first and settle with them. I don't know the quantum of arrest. We need to know the arrest, the amount of money the government of Ghana owes these caterers. We ascertain it, pay them, make them happy, and then we'll move on.
Mr. Chair, as for this, I know it as a fact. So I'll give a voluntary answer. Honorable leader and my respected colleague, government pay them, that is, this which has just begun, that government does not owe, that government owes, because the term would have to end. But I want you to know that I am aware that government paid all outstandings to caterers the MPP government, at the time of leaving office, had paid every single caterer which has just begun, that upon completion, they will send their invoices for validation. So just for the records, and I pray that with assurance that there's going to be improvement in the amount being paid. You are saying that you won't use the word increase, but you will use the word improvement. Well, it means the same. So they expect that this current term, God willing, as you take over as a fresh ATO, they are going to enjoy an improved payment. Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, having put that on record, let me go back to the issue of cocoa price per bag. Respected colleague indicated that, well, the cocoa sector is under the Ministry of Agric, and that if there is any policy real, a key advocate for cocoa. Now, the issue is beyond advocacy. You are now the man in charge of the press, and you know the pressure on cocoa farmers. Committed. Would it be decision?
Ghana Cocoa Board uses this money part to buy cocoa, part to buy. I will not do this committee any good if I sit here and announce cocoa price. But as I've said, I remain a key advocate for the cocoa farmer. I will do so with the best of intention. I'll continue to speak for DECO. I still maintain that it's inadequate.
Thank you.
And there is more room for improvement.
Thank you. Further question?
Chairman, is a nominee conceding that the 6,000 per bag he quoted on the floor of the House,
Ghana cedi per bag, should have been paid in the last crop year. So, Chairman, I say this because Cocoa Board is gradually turning themselves into a procurement agent just to procure inputs and denying the cocoa farmer. So they could have adjusted their formula to benefit the cocoa farmer, a fair price. And I believe the cocoa farmer deserves a fair price. And I know His Excellency the former president quoted me previously that I had said the cocoa farmer deserves 6,100. I'm not running away from that fact. I said it on the floor, and I backed it with the world market price in the city at the time.
You've been consistent in your answer on this. Any further question?
Rightly so, sir. Chairman, the nominee is being vetted as Minister of Finance. I want to ask I want to ask him whether economic planning will be part of his responsibilities.
Thank you very much. Though the instrument is very clear, you may proceed to answer the question.
So, Chairman, the instrument said Ministry of Finance. Fiscal policy in itself, and the National Development Planning Commission will accordingly do so.
Very much. More question?
Chairman, the instrument titled the Executive Instrument EI1, Civil Service Instrument 2025,